on Wheels. I know you guys are familiar with this thing. We already put on the MagnaFlow exhaust. We already did an AEM cold air intake. Today we're gonna lower it. We have wheels and tires coming. We have a D3 performance tune that was literally just released on its way. And it looks like we're gonna do a few other things. We're gonna kind of build this Camry and have it be the coolest Camry on the road. So before we get started with installing those springs, let's go ahead and start it up so you can listen to that MagnaFlow exhaust. Todd, what are you doing? You're about to start the Camry.
Sorry. We'll get to the Camry now. Just had to welcome the new car to the garage.
We have plenty of videos of that coming, so if you guys want to see the build of this Camry continue, or all sorts of fun videos with the F-Type, be sure to click subscribe and get ready for some sweet videos coming to Performance on Wheels. Have it lifted from the pinch welds on our 4-post. We're gonna go ahead and take off these McPherson struts, and we're going to
put some Eibachs on, baby.
This is gonna be pretty sweet.
Cool, guys. Got the wheels off, got the car jacked up. Obviously, this is pretty simple. We'll get to what the hardest part or the iffy part of this whole process of putting those lowering springs on. Just come up here quick. We'll show you how easy it is. We have a couple 22 mil bolts were taken out that are holding the assembly. We have a 14 mil holding our brake line. Also a clip will take off there. And then we have a 17 mil for our control arm. Corona ain't got nothing on car mods. They can quarantine us in the garage all day. So guys, also you just have to take off the clips. Anything that's attached to that McPherson strut assembly, you have to detach, obviously, because we're pulling that out of the car. So you have the brake line clip as well as just another retainer, screwdriver in there, pry it out, comes out pretty easy.
We are going to quick remove the other side, just the front two, and then we're going to bring the front two McPherson struts to our friend who has a shop so he can put the new springs on. Thank you guys for watching today's video. We are going to continue with mods on the Camry, so this is just a mid-video subscription break. Be sure to press subscribe. We are getting a strut bar that goes from here to here that we're going to go ahead and finish in carbon fiber. I think we're going to finish quite a bit of this car in carbon fiber. We're going to do some really cool stuff with it and make it the coolest Camry on the road. So you guys are going to want to stay tuned for that. And we also have some cool stuff with the F-Type coming up, as well as many future reviews, right, Todd?
Yeah, a lot of good ideas flowing for the summertime that's fastly approaching. Guys, this car, pretty wild stuff here. We're gonna get close to 300 wheel horsepower. Wheel horsepower is where this Camry is going to, hopefully by the time we're done with that D3 tune, that's where we're gonna be at. So guys, McPherson strut tower is out. That's just 3 of those nuts top side. There are 4 nuts, but just know that the one where the threads don't match the other 3, that one stays in place. So guys, McPherson strut tower, pretty self-explanatory, right? We're obviously not touching this top nut. Just in case you have no idea what you're doing, but you're giving this job a go, that's where all the tension for this spring is, and that's what makes this job dangerous. Guys, just to give you an example, so here's the picture of the clamps that are pretty readily available. They only cost about 30 bucks to buy. Not a huge fan of them. Have heard horror stories from people I know. The idea is that you clamp on here and you clamp on here, and you slowly, one at a time, take the tension off of the coil so you can take the top hat off, and then slowly take that tension back off. This can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, guys, so that's why we're going to just take it to the shop. I get a chance to say hi to my buddy, and we're going to do it in a safe manner.
Do not forget, you guys cannot switch what side the strut was on, so do not forget, or don't accidentally mix up where you put these things. There is a small piece of manufacturer tape here. There was something on it at some point, but I'm going to go ahead and write passenger on it, that way we don't lose it. Perfect. Here are the new springs. Let's check these things out. There's the part number. This is the Pro Kit that we have.
Yeah, Pro Kit, fellas. We're gonna see anywhere from a 1 to 3 inch drop. Eibach is, this is a known name brand. This isn't just some cheap eBay spring. They've actually been around since 1951. They originated in Germany, and they're good at making suspension components. I've had Eibachs in previous vehicles. I've had friends. There has never been an issue with drivability. They perform flawlessly as long as your car is going to be on the road.
I'm excited to see it. Here are the new springs mounted. They are dramatically shorter. This is a super easy job that you guys can do at home. I just highly suggest you bring this to the shop to get new springs put on. Otherwise, it's a very dangerous job. Other than that, super easy. Let's get to the rears. Here it is, coming down for the first time. Holy cow.
Moving on to the back, guys, we have a 14mm bolt, which has a 17mm nut on it. You do need to make sure you have a jack of sorts that's going to take that load down with it. So bring up, get the tension off of that bolt, get the bolt out, and slowly lower that jack to get the pressure off of that spring.
Springs on both the front and the rear.
What's that?
Nice and low.
What's that?
Oh yeah.
Get low, get low.
Still going.
That's it.
That's it? So we're a bit confused right now. The new springs are on and the car is actually sitting higher than it did from the factory, even though those springs were dramatically shorter. And we just checked, everything is seated into place correctly, so we're a bit confused, to say the least. We just backed the Camry up, and out of nowhere the back end dropped down. Look at how low the Camry is now sitting. This thing looks sweet. I think we need a little rev match between the two of these. So after we backed the car up, like I mentioned, the thing sat another inch lower in the back, and I am beyond impressed. It looks so good for a Camry. Seriously, this, I know it's not a build, but the bolt-ons that we were putting on this thing are amazing me more and more for the car that it really is.
Let's take a couple pre-measurements in the rear tire. Exactly, well, if you want to get technical, 28 and 15/16. We'll call it 29 inches. Let's see what that front's like. So up front, we're 28 and 3/8. 28 and 3/8 up front. So in the rear, as we're sitting right now, not breaking anything in, we went down almost exactly an inch The front is what's substantial right now on those Eibach Pro line springs. We're like 2 1/8, 2 3/16 lower up front. So before we were psyching you guys out when we had it on the lift, we rolled it off the lift and ka-chow, bam, it snapped right into place. And we actually are down to 26 5/8 of an inch right now. So we started at almost 29. Let's do some simple math with fingers. 28, 27, and about a half. So we're about 2.5 inches down in the back as well on those Eibach Pro springs.
All right, I told you guys it would happen. Let's get some exhaust. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video on lowering the Toyota Camry.
Yeah, the tale of the Camry continues. Another chapter complete. Very happy with the outcome, very happy with the product. Guys, very easy job to do. Both the exhaust, the cold air intake, as well as the spring install. They are all relatively easy jobs. Having a lift does help, but I fully believe this is all stuff you can do in your driveway. I would like to just throw that caution out there if you're going to be tackling the spring job by yourself, to just know that those springs are loaded with tension. You do need to be mindful of that.
Those things are like a loaded gun. That's a very dangerous thing to do, so be sure to use caution.
Yep, simple to do, but you have to have your smarts about you. Guys, like, subscribe, stay tuned for videos in the very near future on this Camry.
We have a 300 plus wheel horsepower Camry in a video near you.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. Be sure to comment down below what you guys think of the Camry, and comment down below what types of videos you want to see us do in the F-Type.
See you soon.